morning, everyone. I'm Brazil. This is my deep voice because I just fucking woke up today.
Let's play a fun
I'm
game called
also.
Let's See If My Internet Can Survive.
Yeah.
Uh,
I had a bit of a scare this morning. My computer kept turning off, like just right straight off, no warning, just turned off. And then when I tried to turn it back on, it would go like and like turn off again, like without actually turning on. That happened like three or four
Huh.
times, and I'd like turn off the power entirely,
Yeah.
and then it would work for like a minute or something, and then do the same thing again. And I looked at my computer and I noticed that the CPU fan wasn't turning at all.
oh,
So so I figured the fan was broken, but instead what I did, I just shot some air into to clean it off in the inside of it, and it seems to have worked. So
Okay.
that's why I'm talking to you guys today.
Nice.
success.
Success.
There are. Let me actually go see if I have some in my closet because I love these fuckers. Computer fans. Hold on.
Oh,
I
okay.
have this is
Talk
my
about
only
something
one.
while I'm gone for 3 seconds.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you,
Okay.
tell you what, and this is actually quite annoying, and I'm really fucking lazy. There's actually a temperature sensor in my machine that is actually broken. It doesn't work. And
Oh.
as a result, one of the fans is always on. It's really fucking loud, and you can probably hear it right now, and I just haven't had that fixed. It's supposed to be completely silent, but the
I
sensor is
can't hear it.
broken.
I can't
can't?
hear it. No. Oh wait, no, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite annoying, but I'm really
Yeah.
lazy. Oh yeah.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I played this game last night called Triumph and Tragedy.
Okay.
It's like Risk on drugs. Only between three players though. So one of the players is, I guess it's kind of like Axis and Allies too. One of the players is the Axis. One of the players is the Allies, and the other player is the USSR. And I, even though we didn't realize it during the game, we actually played for like 4 hours, but I won in like 1 hour.
So then the
But
kind of the rest was kind of just you mopping everyone up, or what?
no, I lost after 4 hours, but apparently, like I pulled a maneuver that I was like all in, kind of really risky maneuver that I had no, like this is the first time we've ever played this game, so none of us really knew the rules. So I did something that I didn't know if it was really in the rules to do. And so I pulled it off. I couldn't tell anybody I was doing it because it was a secret thing. I
A
pulled it off.
secret.
Yeah, so what I did was I had already taken over France because it's pretty easy to take over France as Berlin, as the Axis. I had already taken over France, and you need two main capitals to win the game. And so like I took over France, and then like 3 years later, returns later, I noticed that USSR was building all their armies against me. Like the USSR was really doing really well. They were getting a lot of like the points you need to win the game in the end. Because there's different ways to win. You either take capitals, or you build an A-bomb, or you get enough points by the end of the game that if nobody kills each other, that person wins. Like diplomacy kind of thing,
Okay.
and economy. So that guy was going to win by diplomacy economy. And he did in the end after 4 hours. So, but I noticed that he was building all of his troops on this line, like on my border, and he left Moscow with nobody in it. He left his capital city with nobody in it. And if you take a capital city, uh, you take over the entire country.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, so very quietly,
Happy Valentine's Day, Boots.
oh, thanks, man. I don't need that.
That was in my fan box. I
That
thought
was
I could
is
make
that a
it
fan box of
Yeah.
condoms.
with condoms in it. Yeah.
Wow. What kind of message is that for you?
Yeah.
What did it say
What are
exactly?
you
I
running,
have, I have,
Brazil?
a- I have, a- I have a lot of fans that want to bang me.
Hey.
Let me explain this before I put everything back.
Okay.
So, these are Gelid wings. You probably can't read that, but
Yeah, I
they're UV fans. The blades are UV reactive, and they just come off like they're magnetic.
Oh,
They
wait,
have
fan box.
yeah, they have four magnets on the inside, and then they just have a little thing, and they stick in. They have a magnetic ring, so they literally just go. Oh fuck, where's the hole?
That's kinda cool.
See, I'm making all kinds of jokes today.
Okay, like
But
when
when you need
said
to
fan
when you need to
bikes-
clean it off, it just comes off. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay. I need a new fan, I think now. But yeah, when you said fan bikes, I thought you meant like a PO box where fans could send stuff to you.
I had one of those until people tried to.
Bomb you?
No,
Find your real
they
address,
told
right?
me they were gonna send me Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and so I was like, all right, we're gonna go 3 towns over and get a PO box, so people hopefully don't figure out where I live, even though they'll kind of figure out. And so like there was a guy who was like, yeah, I have like a first edition Invasion of Chaos, Chaos Emperor Dragon, and like all kinds of shit. And I was like, fuck, send it over. And so I gave him the PO box, and he immediately just deleted his YouTube account. It's just gone, whole thing.
That's scary.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. There are other things like that too, but I'm gonna go put this shit back. BRB. And
So,
by
okay,
the way,
back to
buy
my
these
story.
in bulk offline online because they're cheaper that way. Don't fucking go to Walmart and pay $5 for one. Happy
Listen to
Valentine's.
Brazil.
Yeah, it's good advice for Valentine's
Good advice,
Day.
Brazil. Okay, back to my story. So, a turn is a year in the game, and it consists of like politics, whatever. But then you do seasons, and in the seasons, you have to play command cards. One command card per season to move your troop to do something, like to attack or whatever. So, in 1 year, I was able to play 3 perfect command cards to, in spring, move a tank into the water. Nobody has any idea what's going on. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff to distract. And then in summer, I declare war on USSR. And he's like, oh shit, okay, but it's just one troop in the middle of nowhere. What's going to happen?
So you brought a tank out of the water.
And then, yeah, exactly. It was like on a boat or something. And then I drove, and then in fall, I made sure I had the perfect command card for it really, really fast so he couldn't do anything before me. I drove the tank from like wherever it was, from the Black Sea up all the way into Moscow, drove up to the Kremlin and shot down the door and won the game
Damn.
with one tank.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, and but unfortunately, after the guy read the rule book for like 15 minutes to make sure that what I was doing wasn't illegal, he found a rule that made it look like maybe he could move troops back afterwards to make sure it's not occupied. But so we just kept playing for 4 hours afterwards, and he won in the end. But after the game, I looked at the rules properly, and it turns out I did win. So we spent 3 hours or 4 hours for nothing. Yeah.
So you're playing a game like Axis and Allies? Is that
It's
what
kind of
it
like
is?
Axis and Allies. It's called Triumph and Tragedy.
So it's the same fucking game with a
It's
different
pretty
name.
much. But it's I haven't played Axis and Allies before, but it's kind of like that.
It's like a board game, or
Yeah.
no? It is?
Yeah, it's a board game.
Okay, because you were saying you had cards, so
Yeah, yeah. But it was pretty. I was very proud of myself for one turn until he's like, nope, doesn't work, and I was like, ah. Oh,
I
well.
really Yu-Gi-Oh, since we're talking about other games that aren't Guild Wars 2 apparently, people at fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, they're like, I mean, I just like forget everything, like all kinds of effects and dumb shit. Like I try to special summon Burning Abyss cards when I have back row set, which if you know what that means, LOL, Brazil's retarded. But like there are people that say the dumbest shit. Like I was playing Exodia, and this guy like activates a trap card, and I chain 3 other cards to it, and I was like, all right, chain link 5. He says you can only have a chain of 4 cards because Konami says you can't have any more than that because it slows the game down. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Where's that rule? He says it's in the official rule book. I said, no, it's not. That does not exist, and that never has. So, like, there's some fucking morons out there that just try to pull the dumbest shit over.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It never works against you, does it?
no, 'cause
Nothing
I
gets
fucking-
past Brazil.
I rule shark so hard
Ooh.
because I play like the people that I always do it against. Like, for example, I'll show you what I mean. So I bought these really fucking expensive Blue Eyes White Dragon cards that I got for a really, really good deal. They are Japanese. They are ghost rare. And they are technically OCG cards because they're Japanese. And Yu-Gi-Oh! You have the OCG, which is like the Asian countries, and then the TCG, which is like all of the other countries that get Yu-Gi-Oh! And you cannot use OCG cards in the
What's OCG
TCG
mean?
original card game.
And instead of trading card game.
Yes. So they're technically OCG, even though they have no effects.
What does that mean though? Like what does it mean to be an original card game?
They're like 3 sets ahead of us, and they have different rules and shit.
Okay.
So
Oh.
the cards are the same. They just come out before we do. But you cannot use OCG cards in the TCG. But those monsters have no effect. They've been out forever. Literally, like everyone that plays the game knows what they are. So people, whenever I'll like play those, people are like, you can't use Japanese cards. And I'm just like, hello? Do you know what a Blue Eyes White Dragon is? They're like, yeah, but it's Japanese, so I can pretend I don't.
Do they not allow you to play with proxies?
Is that an actual quote?
Yeah, that's,
Oh my God.
that's an actual quote.
That's
But like,
pretty-
I only play at like a local game shop. So people like in the game shop, they don't fucking care. They just enjoy it when people show up to play. So I don't know. It's just whenever that shit happens, it's so fucking stupid. And like if the guy I'm playing against is like nice and cool or whatever, and like he makes a fuck up, I'll let him redo it. And usually if I make a fuck up, sometimes they'll let me redo it, but I don't really care if they don't because winning is irrelevant. I just like going to have fun. So I don't know. It's just it really irritates me when people like rule shark really hard and then I just do it too. So
Yeah. Anyway, but with this game in particular, it wasn't so much he was rule sharking. It was just
Yeah.
we all wanted to make sure that what I did that wins the game was
Yes.
possible.
yes.
And he found a rule that sort of showed that it might not work. And I didn't really want to challenge it that hard because we already spent 20 minutes looking in the rule book.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, but it was I pulled a reverse Inglorious Bastards because it was the Germans who did it. Fun times. Okay. I actually didn't want the Germans to win, but whatever.
I did.
Okay.
Brazil.
Brazil, it's confirmed here that all opinions are reflective of Brazil's actual opinion. Now you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brazil's actual opinion,
Oh, Deadpool, huh?
yeah, what about...
I did not like Deadpool very much.
Can you give
thought
us a non-spoiler reason why you didn't like
Yes.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
do it.
So there's this phase a lot of people go through where they're like 14 years old and they like to sneak into rated R movies. I mean, I started doing that when I was like 13, and it was really fucking obvious, so we did it anyways, and like people just didn't care, I guess. But like the humor was mostly terrible. It was mostly stupid, cringy, probably stolen from some subreddit jokes. The violence was really good. It was brutal. I wish it was more over the top. It wasn't enough. And some of it was kind of funny. Like at the end of the movie, he gets stabbed in the head with a knife, and it's like fucking all the way in his head, and he's still like looking around and shit. I was like, that's pretty good. But like, I did not enjoy the comedic aspect of it at all. I did not think that was very good. If I was 14 years old and I had snuck into a rated R movie for the first time, I would have enjoyed the shitty jokes and I would have enjoyed the 25 minutes of unnecessary nudity and sex just to prove a point that it was an edgy comic movie. And I mean, it's stupid. So I don't know. That was not.
So you wanted a serious Deadpool movie?
No, I mean, I didn't really have any expectations going into it.
Okay.
Comic book movies aren't really that big of a deal for me. Like, I'll go see them, but I don't usually like them. But they're interesting enough, I guess. Like, the Avengers movies, I really like those. I can't really think of any comic book movie that I liked, aside from maybe the first Iron Man, because it was kind of clever and different. But I didn't like the last half hour of it. I kind of just like the first little bit where he's like designing a suit for the first time and he breaks out of the cave.
I like
is
Scott
pretty-
Pilgrim
Scott Pilgrim?
versus the World.
That's a comic book movie? I'm kind of glad I didn't see that one because Michael Cera is like a walking shoe and
What?
he has no personality.
As opposed to a flying shoe.
Yeah.
A swimming one.
Like, fuck Michael Cera. He's not funny. He's weird. Like, I don't know.
He's Michael Cera at his most Michael Cera in this movie.
Yeah, I would not enjoy that. Like, I've seen like 3 movies with Michael Cera in it, and every single time I was like, why can't this guy just fucking die and no one ever talk about him again? So,
Wow.
I don't like Michael Cera.
I can
You don't
tell.
think Teapot reminds you of Michael Cera a little bit?
What?
I mean,
British Michael Cera?
if Michael Cera was like funny and like lifted weights,
Hell yeah.
Show us your muscles, Teapot.
Wait, what? What was this? Cringe fist?
that was the worst part of the experience. It wasn't the fact that I had to go
No
to
spoilers.
3 different theaters. They're not spoilers. I had to go to 3 different theaters because the first one was sold out. The second one, the highway was closed and the exit wasn't open, so I couldn't get to it. The third one I finally got to, and it was nice because it was in one of the huge theaters and there were only like 10 people there for whatever reason. So that was really cool. And I'm sitting there, and there are advertisements before the movie for YouTube Red, for some Rooster Teeth movie that is like a YouTube original movie, for Hulu, and then there were just like random advertisements about stuff that just had memes in them. Like there was one that had the aliens guy, and I'm just sitting there like, what is this?
Well,
and like the YouTube
yeah.
Red commercials, like PewDiePie was in them and stuff. And so like he went PewDiePie 3 times, and every single time people in the theater went PewDiePie right back
Oh
at it.
my
And I was like,
god.
no, please contain
Jesus,
this.
that's
Don't
terrible.
let it spread, please.
That's actually horrible.
Weird, yeah.
That is terrible.
So now I'm like
I like Rooster
currently
Teeth, though.
why?
Rooster,
Why do you like Rooster Teeth?
Red versus Blue's great.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Like, if you like Red versus Blue, you'll love Deadpool. No problem. Shitty
Great.
humor that's
Done.
stupid and juvenile, you'll love Deadpool.
Okay, great.
So,
I'm happy.
yeah.
Boom. That's a prediction.
Done.
It's 18 minutes. I think now is
Did
the
you know-
time to... Oh, no, go ahead.
Just one last quick thing. Did you know that Red versus Blue is the longest running American sci-fi TV show?
Did you know that it may as well not be because it shouldn't have existed in the first place because it's so bad?
Wow. It's good.
Shots
You can say
fired.
the same thing again about, I assume you would say the same thing about Doctor Who.
Oh, God. Some of it's actually pretty decent. But,
That's pretty decent.
but-
But Brazil's thinking about it.
quite a lot of it is terrible, I have to say. Oh, wow. This is deep thought. He's going to say, I don't care now.
There's one good scene from Doctor Who. The Dalek and the Cybermen are talking, and the Cybermen are talking about being superior.
Ah, yeah. This is
And
fucking
the Dalek say
You are better in only
Cybermen
one
are
way.
superior
Yeah.
to Dalek in one way, and the
Yeah.
Cybermen say, what is it? And the Daleks say, dying.
Yeah, this is fucking... Yeah,
That was the only good
That was
scene
actually
out
pretty
of the
good.
whole franchise. So,
Yeah,
Yeah. It's pretty good.
that was actually pretty good.
yep.
Okay, let's get to Guild Wars 2.
All right.
Yeah. Brazil,
you draft force
yes, you nearly did it without dying. I mean, I guess you technically did, right?
Oh, yeah.
But-
Solo?
8-man.
Love draft.
8 men only?
Yeah. Well,
but-
is it because you can't... You don't have a super alacrity anymore? That makes it worse?
Mm, I don't know. If we had super alacrity and like Berserkers, we probably could have done it with like 7 or 6, maybe.
So Berserkers are still decent then.
No, I'm talking about like before that
Yeah.
stuff was.
Okay.
That probably would have been the case because a Berserker counted as two people. Basically, the damage was so high.
Hmm.
But like my rotation on Warrior was like the burst part of the rotation was really good. Like I did everything perfectly correctly there. The in-betweens, I was watching it back. It was because I couldn't really use headbutt while he was in the break bar phase. So that left a couple of times where I needed to build up adrenaline to go back in berserk mode. Um, and I was worrying about using 100 blades, but I should have just used it anyways because a couple of times I used it too late and then wasn't. So I made mistakes in my rotation, which I'm not really happy about. But at the same time, we got it on our second try, so I didn't really have any warm up. So I don't know. Essentially, those are excuses, and I just need to get better at Warrior.
Yeah, learn to play.
It was fun. It was cool.
What happens if you continue to not break him after it covers the whole arena?
He stops.
Oh, he just stops. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I tried out the DPS meter, and it made me a little annoyed. Like not annoyed. It made me a little discouraged with PS Warrior DPS. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna. Well, especially on. I'm talking about Sabbath and Gorseval,
Sure.
but yeah, it's like
I don't.
10K, 12K, maybe tops.
I got up to 15.
Okay, well,
I could probably get 16 or 17 if I played better.
Or are you talking about Sabbatha?
That was on Gorseval.
Okay, Gorseval. Yeah.
I could easily do better on Sabbatha because I can just play like a robot.
Yeah, and you could also attack multiple targets.
Well, no, just on Sabbatha. Yeah, I wouldn't need Gorseval.
But yeah, still, it's low.
I don't know what.
15K is pretty low. But it does, I mean, it gives might and additional boons to everybody, buffs to everybody. But
It does. I just don't know because the other Jackson X or whatever the hell it's called.
Gen X.
Yeah, well, there's an extra X in it. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Isn't it just
I mean,
Janix?
I don't know.
Is-
We call it
is-
Gen X. That's fine. I don't know how to, like, the numbers I got on that were way higher than the numbers I get on this meter with, like, the same settings.
Which meter?
The new one from GW2DPS.com.
Okay.
And the functionality is essentially the same. I've had some people tear it apart and look at the coding and the math and stuff, and the core functionality is the same.
I think that the size of the box that you have and the amount of pictures it takes makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It probably does.
And so I think you could probably get a difference of 3-4K DPS just by not setting it up perfectly.
Yeah.
So
If it's going too fast. And I guess maybe you're probably running on small interface now, right, Brazil? So maybe that's screwing with it a little bit, maybe? Potentially?
I don't know.
I don't know. But I mean, I guess you want as many lines as possible. How many lines can it support?
27.
28.
28.
28.
So I guess for the best accuracy, you want to go for 28 lines.
Yeah,
And
but then at some point there's depending on your box size, a single attack will show up on 2 lines sometimes if it like goes over. So what happens then?
Oh.
I don't know. The other DPS meter. The other one that I've been testing out that I have to keep pretty secret is way better. But it's still being developed. So whenever it's got a public release, I'll probably only be using that. But this one is really cool. The group DPS aspect of this one is really nice. I think that's really cool that they have that. But I mean, I'll test them all and see how the accuracy is between all 3 of them. If I could run like Gen X and this one at the same time, I would run both of them and just see. I guess I could do that without recording. Recording, it won't work. My computer lags way too much. But I'd be interested to run them both at the same time with the same settings and see if there's a difference. Because I have a feeling there would be. So.
For sure, I think so.
Very likely. But yeah. You did it though.
My Windows.
So,
Okay, so you did not you beat Gorseval with 8 people.
Yeah.
Are you guys the first guys to do that?
Well, we did it with no updrafts.
Oh, with no updrafts. Holy crap. Okay, that's pretty good.
Roy did it with 6 people before the Alacrity and Berserker
Berserker.
nerf,
Yeah.
which is that's basically like 8 people. I don't know if they did updrafts or not. I probably watched the video, but I probably don't remember it. So I'm not sure. I think Snow Crows was probably the first guild to do no updraft. I think they were. So, I mean, we didn't necessarily do anything like, well, we kind of did. So, I don't think anyone's done 8-man or low-man no updraft yet. In Overthrow, we were trying, we did an 8-man Gorseval the other day, and it was slower than what I did in Apex, and we used updrafts, so.
Hmm.
Alright.
And the new raid's coming pretty soon, isn't it?
I don't know.
end of March-ish, according to that blog post.
That's pretty soon.
Is it though? That's just over a month.
Yeah. I mean, it feels soon.
Do you know how many more weeks of killing the same 3 bosses that is?
At least 4.
I didn't think it would be that bad, but it's actually, killing the same bosses is actually, I don't know, it's a little bit tiresome, especially when I wipe a lot as well. It's just, oh god, give
I mean,
me
Why are you
sometimes
still
you
waiting?
have to if it doesn't get clean enough, but. Ha
So,
ha ha ha.
What do you think they're gonna do about minions and?
I see what you did there, Brazil.
They're probably gonna make them die as soon as you go into the arena, just like
That's the only thing they're gonna do?
Why
they're
would
not
they?
gonna-
Why would they need to do anything else?
Add a timer to the minions themselves? Like, you know how with Rise is 25 seconds?
What if you made
They'll
them
die.
just immune to healing or something, so you can't heal them?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they
they-
can do that, yeah.
So they could just take down, because that's how the Lich Form horrors die, isn't it? They run out of health.
Yeah.
Or maybe
and the ones
say-
from the traits.
Make health worse, healing worse on them or something, I don't know. But like, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Honestly, that build is really stupid. It just does too much damage for what it does. Like Reaper, I don't have a problem with Reaper condition damage being a little bit low because it has a lot of unique stuff that's incredibly useful, like Epidemic and chill damage and stuff. Like those things are incredible. You can like Epidemic is so good. Yeah.
Wondermouth is saying that we are getting info. They're announcing the new raid wing on Tuesday.
Okay.
Are they?
Okay.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't been paying attention since they posted like a month ago and said it's coming at the end of March. I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, Connie Reaper damage wouldn't be bad if they didn't. It wouldn't be bad as such. If they
It would
didn't
be
have
on the low end.
yeah, but it wouldn't be unusable.
No, absolutely, especially not considering Epidemic. Epidemic is in a class of its own.
Exactly.
Would it be better than Power Reaper?
Probably. Well, I don't know. I'm still not convinced how good Power Reaper is.
Yeah.
I've heard there's a guy in Apex that says he was getting 14k DPS on a target golem by himself with Power Reaper, which I don't know how that's possible because Berserker, my meter said like 12 to 13k. So, again, I feel like that's a meter thing. Like the meter is just really inconsistent with everyone.
Well,
So,
the Reaper will be able to self-buff to 25 might, so that might help pretty easily.
yeah.
How much might did you have with your Berserker? Probably not a crazy amount.
None.
Or none. So that might have to do something to do with it. But the thing is, you couldn't get Gravediggers in, could you? Because the Golem just goes back to full health.
He was just using Shroud and Dagger.
Interesting.
Okay, so now that Revenant Sword is nerfed,
But it's also
how
broken.
screwed?
It's
how screwed
also
are they?
broken.
It's also broken. What do you mean?
The third auto attack and precision strike ignore your weapon strength.
Oh
So
yeah, shit.
it's just base. Like it's like level 68 unequipped or something weird.
And even better, if they actually fix precision strike, the DPS would be better. Because sometimes the
Okay.
projectiles just go crazy and don't do anything.
Hmm.
So you're saying was it better than before it was nerfed? The damage, you mean?
I don't know. 'Cause I don't know how long the auto attack and precision strike have been
Hmm.
broken.
I mean, to a certain extent, Herald's, even if Herald damage was kind of crappy, you'd still want it just for the boon duration for the chrono.
We didn't have one in the Gorseval.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen many people just not running Heralds, and you can just get away with it with just a chrono because the chrono has excess quickness anyway, right? So
Yeah.
you don't need all the duration anyway.
In World versus World, Herald auto attack sword still feels pretty powerful. It's still like 4.3k damage each hit at really fast. So I'm not
Yeah.
at least yeah.
It's a great class for just running around doing stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. We have
We
da, da, da,
have.
da, da. I'm looking at stuff that happened this week on Reddit. Someone posted all the story lore of Spirit Vale, and
Oh yeah, I saw that.
it's pretty good. They did a good job,
Yeah.
and it seems as though probably the entire raid is all about the White Mantle, probably.
Probably.
It would appear
And I'm
so.
excited. I'm excited about that. I was sad when the Exalted weren't the Mersat,
Mm.
but maybe we'll see them now. Maybe we'll actually fight some Mersat.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Well, it's okay. They won't do any damage anymore.
Maybe
Seeing as
they're
we'll
they're
only
weakened
yeah.
and they're trying to take over the Exalted's bodies.
Oh shit.
Hmm. Oh, that'd be cool. And then they do,
Yeah, they're
and
using
then
soul magic.
and to take over the stupid egg, and then
Oh, we
that's the
got.
whole story. We just broke the
That's the
storyline, I
yeah.
guess.
That's the next
Yeah.
antagonist.
And maybe at the end of the movie, there's a guy dead on the floor in a big pool of blood, and then he gets up and he pulls his face off and says, "Game over." And he walks
Mortimonth
out
is
of the
saying the
room.
entire Living World Season 3 will be Might Mantle. Sure. I think we
Yeah.
just said that, didn't we?
I don't
Kinda.
think that's going to be the case.
No.
Actually,
Well, they're probably going to go through another dragon too, though. Maybe
that
both.
that
Seems-
might be, and maybe the raid is just like extra white mantle lore or something.
Yeah,
I think that's
maybe.
likely. I think they're gonna have the raids in terms of lore and story. It's gonna be the garnish.
Precursors or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a little extras rather than a major role within the story. Because otherwise, people will be unhappy because they won't be able to access the lore because they'll be dead on the first boss.
Because yeah, the Shatterer got buffed, and maybe we'll go after Kralkatorrik. And also, he's all about magic, just like the Mersat and the Exalted are. But maybe they just not buffed, but changed the Shatterer because he needed it. So maybe it has nothing to do with the storyline. In the little blurb about the story, they wrote something like, "There's trouble to the north." And the north could mean Jormag, sure, but directly north from where we are right now, it's true, that is like Isle of Janthier area, which is the whole Mersat kind of, the White Mantle kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe it's true. Maybe we are all doing White
Yeah.
Mantle stuff next.
And you know, with I think one of the interesting things in that post was they were I don't know. It's kind of an obvious. It's not exactly subtle, is it? But when Knuckles spawns, he goes, "I can lead you to it. I can take you to it," or something. And I think that's speculated to be referring to the Bloodstone, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Should be-
according to someone.
Could be. Well, I think that's not an unreasonable assumption, though, given the location
No.
of the raid.
I don't think it is either.
What
So-
would we do with the Bloodstone nowadays, though?
Eat
What's
it?
the
Eat.
point of it?
Just stockpile it in our bank and throw it away.
Yeah, we'll just chip off
We-
pieces and make legendaries out of it, because that's what we do right now.
Don't we have enough, or like probably some of us have enough to make a whole new Bloodstone of Bloodstone dust?
Yeah.
Just pack it together,
Mm,
done.
yeah.
Yup.
What about what about these consequences for Mordry? You know, eating all that dust all the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. The Bloodstones can absorb magic. Okay, Modromoth, this guy, he knows he likes lore at the very least.
Can
So,
absorb magic. Battling Elder Dragons. They release magic when they die. They can absorb it.
Yeah.
No, obviously all the magic that got released when they died go into the egg.
Yeah. That seems what happened anyway. We should add Modromoth to the call. But he said he doesn't have a microphone, so that would be stupid.
Yeah, there's someone else that I knew for a while that didn't have a microphone that said it was too hard to set one up in TeamSpeak and never talked, but then one time they did, and I don't think they were who they said they were. So, anyways, if you're watching, hello.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure some people, some astute members of the audience will figure out who Brazil was talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yeah. Who cares? Just spam Kappa in the chat or something. That smug smile. I was pretty smug.
I wasn't listening. What did he say?
Yeah. He said you
I
suck.
said Deadpool sucked.
Yeah. I'm an Elonian prince looking to put 10 million Bloodstone dust into your bank account. Actually pretty
I'll
good.
take it.
I'll take 10 million Bloodstone dust.
Where did the Elonian Prince get all that bloodstone dust?
Yeah. There's a lot of Frostgorge farming, I guess. What is this?
So we're gonna go White Mantle instead of Crystal Desert? Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's
Yeah.
about the White Knights.
The White Knights? We're gonna be fighting Brazil. You
know my reasoning.
Yeah, I know the reasoning.
This is good.
You're gonna go up there and you're gonna fight. People are gonna throw ghostly infusions at you. It's gonna be great.
I'm fine with that.
Every White Mantle will just drop a ghostly infusion.
We're gonna go up to the north and be like, we gotta kill all the rest of the Merced, they're evil. And the White Mantle are gonna be like, no, they're not evil. Just calm down, guys.
What I am excited for the most is I would really imagine that there's going to be some type of cool infusion every single raid wing. Because it's a token sink and they probably want people to really have to make a decision between the tokens that they spend.
Did they say it's all going to be the same tokens?
For every raid. Every raid
raid,
will have a
okay.
different set.
All the same wings. Okay. Yeah, you're obviously going to get a whole new set of rewards. Hopefully there is another infusion. But were they saying that they want to rework how infusions work or not?
I don't know.
Okay.
What they definitely need to rework is how some of the other coloring thingies work, because for example, the one you get from the Chak Gerant, it's only exotic, and that's probably quite upsetting for some people.
I think they're all celestial stats.
Yeah,
too.
it's celestial, which
Infusions don't work in PvP.
Nope.
Why not?
Because
it doesn't appear.
it's your armor.
Yeah.
It doesn't count your armor.
Oh.
That's
So that's so weird.
unfortunate.
So like, even though you see the armor, it doesn't count. So it counts as the infusion counts as a stat on your armor that doesn't get counted. That's so weird. Huh. Okay. Yeah, they should rework that.
There's going to be a lot of tokens though when all the 3 raid wings are out, because presumably it'll be 100 per wing. There'll be 300 per week.
Yeah.
I'm
But,
interested in what they're going to come up with. Actually,
But you just said you have a lot of trouble.
I don't think it's going to be 100 per week. I think all 3 raids are going to count towards the 100 cap.
Oh. Maybe. Maybe.
Really? What? Why would you say that?
Because they don't want people just buying stuff super fast.
I guess, but then why would anybody do the new raid?
So you don't have to do the first one 2.5 times to get tokens.
I guess, yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think that's probably what's going to happen.
That would make
Oh,
sense.
okay. Okay. Maybe they'll actually lock it down so that you don't get any tokens the second time you do the first wing.
Yeah, we could do that, which not surprising since they've nerfed every other reward in the game for PvE.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, if they release another Wade Wing and you do it the way you're talking about, then it makes sense that they would lock it down.
Yeah.
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 You know that the buff for raids gives you double tokens and double gold. Yeah, so now when the next raid wing is out, there'll be a complete pittance of rewards from the first one.
Yep.
Which is pretty funny, actually. Oh well. I don't know. Maybe there should be some kind of reward for just doing it. I guess then you
Oh,
go.
that's too much. We can't have that.
I guess you could just
That's
go and do some nice fractals or some dungeons if you want to do that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, we could go do that too. Definitely.
Mm.
We can farm Molten Duo at Fractal 40 and still skip the effigy and make as much gold as we want.
There you go.
Poor Brazil. If Brazil seems a little bit more tired now, then
It's because I had like 2 hours of sleep.
yeah,
Instant sleeper.
it does seem like you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah. I was actually doing pretty well. How many hours of sleep did I have? Closer to 7 actually. Not bad.
Wow, you're like a normal person.
Yeah. It's okay. Tomorrow I'll reduce that number. I look tired. Yeah, I've performed physical activity, so yes, I am tired. Feels bad, man. But I am.
What physical activity were you performing?
The old cheeky swimming. The best sport. Literally the best sport. The ultimate sport.
You look like a swimmer, don't you?
You can say that now. I just told you.
Why
It
does-
doesn't surprise me.
Why does why does Brazil keep on referencing Brazil's physique? I mean, Teapot's physique. Wow, I'm tired.
Because
Because it's Valentine's
Different-
Day.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
different sports that people actually make an effort towards, you have a different physique based on it. Like if you play football, like if you're a fucking like running back or something, like you are very lean usually and you have really defined muscles, especially like leg muscles. If you wrestle, you don't have like I wrestled for 6 years. So my coach would say we're gonna get into wrestling shape, which is where you have like bulky, powerful muscles that aren't defined, and you aren't like lean in the middle or anything. You're just kind of like big everywhere. So like I don't know, I was a pretty scary looking guy when I wrestled because I was in very good shape. I was big. I weighed about 215 pounds, but I could run 8 miles and I looked like a fucking truck. So now I just look like, to quote the Tourette's guide, 300 pounds of bird shit. So
Big everywhere. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, it's a different pasta. Rex failed though. It doesn't fit. Or a disaster. Oh, I don't think I've seen this one before.
I feel like I have to.
Wow, what is this one?
Yeah, this is old.
Wow.
So I only got like 10 minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's your choice, Boots. Have you got anything? Is there anything? ArenaNet,
I don't know.
please.
This week was really, not much, eh? What happened on the live stream?
Some guy, man, I can't even talk about this because it'll be too weird for people. But like they came into that was something completely unrelated, but still related to the live stream. Anyways, like they had some sound designers come on and make really weird sounds into a microphone, but they were like really, really proud of it because they're like, this is what we did. We're weird people that make sounds out of literally anything. And sound design is very cool and is very interesting, and the people that do it are eccentric, and I understand why they like it. That's cool. But like sound design requires finding out how to make sounds and then putting it in a computer and not making it sound like weird shit with just like weird like items that they use to make weird sounds. Like they're like, if you take a milk carton and fold it up and put Jello in it and squeeze it, it sounds like nostrils. And so they literally just did that. They like put shit in a milk carton and squeezed it into a microphone, and it's like,
It's the way to do it.
yeah, it's like, okay, I can appreciate this if it's like a behind the scenes like thing like they did with Heart of Thorns. So they're like, we did this, we went for Mordramoth's cry, And then it like shows them putting into the computer and like adding effects and mixing it up and having different layers of stuff. It's fine. But and I don't even care the other way, but other people do. And the perception of guild chat, I think for the most part, is just that it's like weird shit by a lot of people. And then there are obviously just people that enjoy that type of humor and nonsense. I mean, that's why Deadpool gets good reviews, even though it sucks. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Snow goes ham on Snow White, and it hasn't fixed the whole Reaper stick, and it's because they're probably waiting for a patch day.
It's
and,
funny.
Raids aren't that important. It's not like anybody's complaining about them exploiting raids, right? If people are really complaining about it happening, then maybe they do something about it quickly. But at this point, they're probably just going to do something about it when they have other stuff they can put it in with.
It's not like an exploit as such, is it? It doesn't.
There are exploits. So
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a game-breaking one, is it?
No.
The Reaper
But
one.
there
I mean,
are game-breaking exploits in there.
Yeah.
At
It's not
least
like the
according
boss
to
dies
someone
in one
who I
hit.
would believe.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything like that.
Yeah.
If script bottles were a thing and could be used in raids, then there more or less would be.
Script
Yeah.
bottles. What does that do? A
I'm looking
percentage of
over-
health or something?
It's 5% every hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So wait, if you could... Oh wait, oh no. Imagine if the Ranger Pig could summon one of those. That would be awesome.
Oh wow, yeah.
The problem with that is that they have invulnerability phases that they don't just come out of naturally. So that kind of... I would imagine that would prevent one-shots.
Oh yeah.
It's not like Lupicus where they get stuck in an attack and you can just like make him ignore the invulnerability.
Looking over patch notes. Anything good?
No, nothing has happened, Boots, and you know it.
Adrenal mushrooms.
Oh yeah, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Refresh
But
your
that's what-
cooldowns.
That's what caused most of the necromancer problems, though. Let's see what else.
It's an amusing side effect. That's what it is.
Yeah. There's a lot of those, eh? There's a lot of like amusing side effects of
There's some in
small
Deadpool
changes.
too. That's a fun plot device that's terrible and stupid anyways.
What, Lich Form? Lich Form, the
Yes,
little
Deadpool
fuckers.
can turn into Lich form.
Yeah.
He's essentially
Well,
dead.
Yeah, he is kinda. He's in a romantic relationship with Death, kinda.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you kind of got that going for him.
I hate comics so much.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
That's something to talk about. Why do you hate comics, Brazil?
Cause like, man, you want to talk about power creep and dumb shit and reboots and restarts and just like dialogue that is written by weird people that's actually weird if you go to read it, that doesn't translate over to the movies at all because the producers know that it's weird and that people would be weirded out by it, so they don't put it in. Just read comics if you like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather go to Minecon and, like, cosplay as a creeper and, like, wear a Boots mask.
That would be
You should.
interesting.
You should do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Who should Brazil cosplay as? From
Wooden
Guild-
potatoes?
Wooden potatoes. So would that just be
Yeah.
a potato?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or would it be?
I guess it would be 3 because he is 3. 3 potatoes.
Because potatoes, not
yeah,
potato.
yeah.
All right. Items. They fixed a lot of things for the legendary collection stuff.
Finally, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Kinda
Frank
went in
says
under
I
the
could
radar.
cosplay as Dante. Dante and I, not Dante, it's Burning Abyss.
Yeah.
Dante and I honestly look like we could be related.
You actually look pretty similar. Does that mean you look like a catfish as well? Because
Yeah, it does.
many people have told me that Dante looks like a catfish, even though I don't really see the resemblance.
You should grow out your beard sideways
Yeah.
to get sort of the whiskery
I guess.
You need to get an eye patch, apparently.
Why do I need an eye patch?
I don't know.
What?
I
Who has an eye patch? Catfish?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't fucking know.
Catfish. Is
Brazil
there like a
is a
character
catfish.
catfish that we don't know about
Yeah,
with an eye patch?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Modromoth might be a catfish for all we know, according to
Rex just wrecked Moth really hard.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, the catfish thing.
I think thing is, you know, catfish it means something else, doesn't it, on the internet?
Yeah, it means like somebody who's
not who they say they are.
actually
Yeah,
who they're
because
Yeah.
there
saying.
was like a stupid like college-made indie fan film about like some guy who had a MySpace that met a girl on MySpace or something, and he like drives across the country to see her, and there's just like a barn with an ugly, creepy lady in it. And it's like, oh, you're not the same person from my MySpace. And then she goes, you got catfished. And that was the movie. So, like, everything about that, I hated it so much. It wasn't good. Basically, have there ever been any good movies that were ever made?
Any movie.
I know that there are movies
People
that I
say
like,
Citizen
but I
Kane's
can't...
pretty good.
What? Citizen
say
Kane? No, it's not. Citizen Kane's overrated nonsense with like shitty. That was like where memes came from. That was
I
like
really
the
like the
first
Life
meme.
Aquatic.
Rosebud, Rosebud. That's the first meme. This is the first meme. You can
Life
thank
Aquatic?
Citizen Kane for memes. What's Life Aquatic?
But
Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
it's because the Citizen Kane is because of the cinematographic techniques that were employed in it. Were relatively
Lawrence of Arabia? That was
I mean,
good.
2001: A Space Odyssey had
Great Escape
cinematographics,
was
and that
fantastic.
wasn't good. Yeah, Great Escape's not very good. The only thing good about that was the music that's catchy.
It was catchy.
That
but-
is true.
Cool Hand Luke was a good movie.
Yeah.
I like that because he like fucking put pepper up a dog's nose that tried to catch him.
Jesus.
That was pretty clever.
Hmm.
So,
Meanwhile, in Great Escape, he just runs a motorcycle into a fence.
Bullet was a good movie with Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Mustang.
We're going over Steve McQueen movies now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I know you disagree with me on this. I actually know this for a fact that you disagree with me on this, but I think the original Matrix is a good film.
Matrix is terrible. The whole
Yeah,
franchise.
there you go. I told you.
The first Matrix, why do you think it's a... I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like a good film because it was, groundbreaking in the way they film stuff, I guess, or...
I
Or
mean,
what?
that's entertaining. It's
So
I like
you
this.
want to know?
It's stylized
just shut
and
up.
fun.
Shut
You
up.
shut the fuck
Shut
up, Brazil. Shut
So
up, bitch.
I'm gonna compare the Matrix to something, and then you won't like it anymore.
Do it.
So you know how the Wachowski brothers have never made any film that's ever been considered good since the first Matrix, either before or after it?
Okay.
Yeah,
You realize that, right?
right.
So it's something just random that caught on because it had something vaguely interesting about it, and people just praise it endlessly, even though it really wasn't that special. Yeah? So now think of all of the Reddit posts that just randomly get to the front page that's about literally everything else that every Reddit post is, but it just gets upvoted for some reason.
What?
It's the same concept as the Matrix, like or the Beatles. The Beatles, any band could have been the Beatles. It just happened to be the Beatles.
Dude, the Beatles are fucking fantastic.
They're not.
though.
But
They're not.
Have you listened to their
Yes,
music?
I have their entire discography, and I don't like any of it
Then why do you have their entire discography?
because other people like it, and I used to be a DJ. It's like I have over 700 Lil Wayne songs, but
Fine, it's subjective. You
no,
might
it's not
not like it.
subjective.
But
Not at
the point
all.
is, the music they made
no.
was...
No, any other band could have been the Beatles.
But I
You're
mean,
wrong.
success is luck. There's a
Yes,
lot of luck in
exactly.
success. But
Just like the Matrix and just like Reddit threads.
I don't see the problem with that. It is unfortunate, but that's
It's
just
because
how it
nothing
is.
out there is actually good, and it's just random. That's the problem with it.
I don't know about that.
Mm.
Are non-white people allowed on tea time? No, this is a white supremacy podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously.
Only white cis males on TeaTime.
Yep. Wow. Why did we fucking say that? Planix is here. He's gonna record that shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel the Matrix
Out
is
of
a
all
fun
of the
film.
YouTube streamers and whatevers for Guild Wars 2, who do we have? We have Matt Visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else do we have that isn't white?
Rihanna, maybe?
Yeah.
She's really
Yeah.
tan, but I
Yeah.
don't know if she's just really
Yeah.
tan or not.
I think you
I don't
get
I'd
know.
have both of those people on TeaTime easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone else know?
I
know
we don't
there's-
know what food and potatoes
There's a
is.
guy who plays Thief who's a streamer who gets some viewers. Who is a black
There's
gentleman.
Age from Maven. He's a nice guy.
There you go.
I actually really like him a lot. We should have him on.
Wait, what the
He was
fuck?
on that podcast the other day that we invaded.
Change.org
Oh,
petition
yeah,
to
yeah.
Brazil from TeaTime.
Wait, are you serious? Oh my god. This is actually legitimate as well. Wow.
Have we had Choxy on before?
Choxy's
of course,
cool.
yeah,
Choxy.
What did I had some interaction with him, and I have him on Skype, and I know I've done voice chat with him for the purpose of doing a show, and webcams too, but I don't remember if it was TeaTime or what the hell it was.
Never heard of Afro Gaming.
Africa.
Yeah.
Are they Twitch people? Twitch.
That's complimenting me. I know there's about to be an insult.
Yeah,
there.
he's trying to get you.
This is a fucking Minecraft. Inks is a Care Bear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you not see why we should get Rex on the podcast? He's just gonna start shit. It's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna go. Damn it!
We're gonna hear it's gonna be 90% his sister screaming in the background though. Is
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah,
That is a bit of a problem. Is a bit of a situation.
See, he lives in Italy where they just beat each other with tomato stalks all the time, and that's all they do.
YouTube. Okay, I'll check him out.
Afro.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what is this video? What is it? Oh, what? Oh no, he linked this video before. It's actually pretty fucked up.
What is it?
Apparently there's videos on YouTube of people eating spaghetti really close
No.
to the camera. Yeah, I know.
It's some more stuff.
Guys, afraid to tell you this fucking
Yeah,
Minecraft YouTuber's gotta go.
I'm tired of this show anyways. I want to go eat food.
Okay.
Just think about how I hate everything some more.
Wow.
So it's okay if you guys get doxxed, but I gotta go.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
okay.
God.
Everyone's gonna know your real name is Brazil. That's shit.
God.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Okay, see you later.
Farewell,
Thanks
my
for talking.
friend. Enjoy the film, or
I
try
will.
to.
I'm gonna watch that, and then I'm gonna watch Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Those two back to back. And then hopefully, if we're not dead, and because I hear Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is probably not that good, we're thinking about also watching Zoolander 2 afterwards, but we hear that's terrible, so it's a maybe right now. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Okay, right. Let's see. So now it's gonna, after a little while, it will implode, and the UI will be completely ruined. Oh well, I guess we can wait for that. Looks like it's time to do raids. It says King of Keepos. I guess. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now you've just been...
You just became really big all of a sudden.
What,
Happy
me?
Valentine's Day. Yeah, on my Skype screen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because now you're the only picture.
Indeed. As are you.
Hey, it's not that broken. I'm just in both... Hold on.
Yeah.
How? Which direction is it?
Well,
I go opposite of the Marvel. Yeah.
it's too late. I'm already resizing you.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But I'll just keep the top one in there just for fun.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, right, it's gone now.
I don't care actually.
Yeah. I know.
Well, I had a friend in high school that would say stuff like that to just like I would spoiler I'd be mad at something and he would think it was funny and he'd just go I know and I would get even more mad at that.
Oh,
So I don't know.
we need bigger Brazil. I guess I could make Brazil as big as the whole screen.
I can't get much bigger than I already am.
No. That's yeah. If you kind of take that literally, is wow, what a weird request. Planet saying, "Get bigger, Brazil, become larger."
It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Ooh.
Here, all I need is this, and I can accomplish that goal.
Yeah. Is that your Valentine?
Yeah, this is my Valentine.
Are you gonna cheat on her though with the blue eyes white dragon?
That's a possibility.
Yeah. You've got 3 of them as well. I think.
Blue eyes?
Right?
I have a lot of stuff.
Oh.
I'm tempted to show this stuff off, but I'm kind of afraid to because people will literally come to my house and steal it.
But they don't know where you live though.
I'll give market advice. So there's new Blue Eyes support coming out in March. In Shining Victories. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want to play Blue Eyes, my advice to you is get 3 of these right now. 3 Azure Eyes Silver Dragons. Go get your Blue Eye Shining Dragon. You can buy the same one I did. Rest in peace if you do. Get your 3 Blue Eyes. Get 3 Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Get Wonder Wands, even though I don't know if I'm playing Wonder Wands still. Definitely, oh my god, definitely. Get 3 Melody of Awakening Dragons. Definitely do that. And get 3 Dragon Shrine. And then get 3 Silver's Cry. Get those now because they are starting to spike in price. Like, Melody of Awakening Dragons is like $5 already. Maiden's like $5. Dragon Shrine, I think, is like $3. Wonder Wand, I don't want to know how much that is because probably a lot. I just happen to have these already. I think I said that Maiden was $5. Yeah, Maiden's going to be like 10. And the whole structure deck is like 16, 18 right now. And that's going to double easily. And depending on what Blue Eyes you get, they can be expensive if you want ones that look nice. And Blue Eye Shining Dragon and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon are gonna...
Modromoth is gonna rob you.
Yep.
Let's make some real money on rare stuff, not that virtual stuff on Guild Wars. Yeah. It'd be kind of weird if you could turn gems back into money. That would be stupid. People would just bleed ArenaNet dry.
That's how I made all of my money to start off with in Guild Wars 2, because the gem conversion used to be incredibly good, so I would farm gold, trade it for gems.
Yeah.
And then the first Halloween, I had like 20,000 gems. 20,000 gems, about. So you can guess how much money I made, because the gem conversion like quadrupled immediately because of the skins in the Black Lion chest.
Imagine if you saved them until now. Imagine the
Yeah,
value.
I had a great saw, and I put the skin on something, I didn't like it, and so I Mystic Forged it. I bought it for 20 gold. I've told that story plenty of times.
Yes. It's a good story, just like the Aetherpath rifle story. Another classic story.
Yeah, I did Aetherpath for the first time on the first day it was out. I got a rifle skin, and I said, oh, that's cool, you get a skin every time you do the dungeon. And so I sold it for like... it was probably less than 20 gold. Mistake.
Mistake. All right. Okay. So seeing as there is literally nothing to talk about, Twitch chat. If you have anything, if you think there's anything worthy of discussion, why not go ahead and tell us? Although it seems like everyone here is kind of resident sleeper anyway, because I guess people are busy doing other various activities because of the date, including the other 2 hosts of Tea Time. So. You know, only the true no-lifers are left here. So, yeah, I should give you a 20 gold.
Oh,
back.
I could tell this story about my Japanese Exodia set that I bought. I told this last night in TeamSpeak. It's a pretty good story.
Do
And
it.
we can wait for questions to come in.
Perfect.
So, the original Japanese Exodia set from like the 3rd set that came out in Japan, I think, had Exodia. It's called Phantom God, and I think Exodia was a cover art too. That set of Exodia cards it goes for like $300+. It's worth a lot of money. Spoiler alert, I have one.
Ooh.
I have a Japanese Phantom God Exodia set in the old format. But if you look at that picture, you'll notice that there are two left arms. Or maybe they're right arms. I don't remember and I can't read the name, obviously. So anyways, I bought the set for $25 off eBay because that arm was damaged. And the second picture I'm going to link, there are the arms. You can see on the one on the left that the corners are a little messed up and that there are two pretty noticeable scratches. One is by the star and one is above the little purple circle is on the top. There are some other ones, can't really see it in the picture. Anyways, the other one is perfect. There's still gloss on it. That's how good a condition it is. And I think I got that set for so cheap because that arm was damaged. Is I go to the game shop on a Saturday to play Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a guy there who has that Exodia piece in perfect condition, and I traded like a common Fiendish chain for it and just got it. So now my set's worth like $300. Bought it for 25.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's some. You should just do that a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Your video description of the 8-man Gorsel says you had Condi Tempest. Is it actually useful, or did the dude decide to just play it? Is it
Apparently it's good.
Is it so he doesn't die to the retaliation? Because if you're using ice bows and shit, you're just gonna die.
He had like a Staff Tempest or two of them. I don't even remember what the composition was, and I don't know what the builds are, because like I joined the guild 2 days ago. I don't know, like I don't really know any of the people or what they do. So all I know is that there's a British guy, I think he's British, named Jebby, who sounds just like Jebro, and it has really been confusing to me because I want to call him Jebro, and I know he'll probably not like that.
You should do
I
it.
mean, assuming they're not the same person, maybe they are, and he's just pretending he doesn't know me. So, I don't know. But,
Wow. What's the latest E-drama? There's been a disappointing lack of E-drama.
I don't know.
I don't think there is any E-drama in the Guild Wars 2, at least.
Hello, my name is Rex. I sexually identify as a pepperoni meatball. Ever since I was a little boy, I dreamt about lying in spaghetti waiting to be eaten by an overweight Italian guy. I want you to call me fucking idiot and alpha male.
Still sad you didn't put Space Jam as background music for that vid.
Yeah.
Get Nike on TeaTime.
Nike won't come on TeaTime.
No. Not
First
not
of
yet.
all, because I'm on it. That's mostly it, probably. And second of all, probably because people will make fun of him, and he does not handle that very well.
I can imagine the Twitch chat now, actually. Oh, good God. But yeah, no. Maybe when everyone's friends again, it will happen. But it would not be a good idea.
That won't happen either. Anyways,
No.
Real talk, Brazil. Why do you think raids are better than PvP? Aside of PvP being shit, curly I don't like PvP. I get really mad at it, and I don't like getting mad over competitive stuff. Like, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't get mad at it if I lose. Like, I just don't care. It's just a fun experience. PvP is not an inherently fun experience for me, and I get mad at it. So those two things combined don't result in a positive outcome. So I just don't do it.
I think Guild Wars 2 PvP is not something I would ever do unless I had a 5-man pre-made. Because I think solo queue would be just pure hell.
It is.
It's something I would never do. There are other games which I find satisfy the kind of competitive streak in all of us a lot better. But no, actually 5-man is fun. Especially Stronghold, because you don't really you can just kind of just do troll strats and it's fine. I don't like anything where you don't have much choice in what you can do. And if I want to play Elementalist in Conquest, there's basically one thing I can do, and that's it.
Die.
Yeah, pretty much. And Necros are everywhere, just going crazy. It's fun. And by fun, I mean it's pain. Suffering.
Yeah. Any news on what Dekeys and Oval are doing now that they're out of D&T? Yeah, they're probably having actual fun and not being oppressed by a tyrannical asshole. So, oops. I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, no. I didn't have a problem with Nike, honestly. Like, I had some disagreements with him. You could say that. It was not severe, and then the hashtag first stuff happened on Twitter, and that was it. I went over the edge after that.
But what I don't understand is about all that. Why were you even? Why were you triggered by that? This is really funny.
Because that was a guild I cared about for 3 years, and I learned a lot from, loved a lot of people in it. I guess still do to a degree. I don't know why they're still there, but like there are probably more positive things that have come from me being in D&T that I don't want to say that that's ever come from any other aspect of my life because I'm not really sure about that. Bipolar disorder probably tops that, but D&T was a very good experience for me, and then it started to not become fun because I started to have disagreements with Nike. It wasn't a huge problem. Like after I left, like there wasn't, I don't think I made any drama really. I just kind of left peacefully because I wanted to do stuff in real life and because I just wasn't really having fun in that environment before. And then stuff happened like Nike calling me a sociopath. Stuff happened like Nike saying I only made the YouTube video to make fat dollars off of it, which I can show you a screenshot. To this day, I've only made about $30 off of it. So, I mean, it's absolutely delusional to think that I left D&T to make a video about it to make money. I'll show you the screenshot. I took this like a week or two ago, but like after I left, like I made art for a dungeon tournament for them for free that I don't even know if it happened or not. And like Nike asked me if I wanted to shoutcast it, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I mean, like I didn't really have any problems with Nike. I had a problem with how he behaved on Reddit and in YouTube comments, and I expressed that when I left. But I mean, I don't know. After the hashtag first, it just went, and then I took my foot and just fucking shoved it through the floor of the car, and so.
That makes sense. Although from the exterior, it was actually just really fucking funny.
And like, bear in mind that $30 on one video is over the course of like 8 months. So like I literally make more profit off of that than like buying a Yu-Gi-Oh card and reselling it. So I mean that's really not a whole lot of money. Making $30 off of video in 8 months it's not. I mean maybe I don't even know how old it is at this point. Like I don't remember when I uploaded it. But thinking that I did that for just to make money is absolutely insane. So,
do you think Nemesis mispronounces Nike's name deliberately, or does he actually mispronounce like that?
I've heard a lot of people call him Nike, so I'm not. I really don't know.
We just for the E-drama guys, you got to wait for Nemesis. He'll come up with something else, I'm sure. He'll figure something out.
I talked to him the other day, and I mean, we talk sometimes, and I think he's planning to come back and do stuff. He has ideas. He has some very, very interesting ideas. Stuff unrelated to Guild Wars 2. Oh my god, let me tell you, and I can't wait to see that. Oh man. Anyways, yeah. I actually like Nemesis a lot. I would consider him a personal friend. I just like the guy. I think he's a good guy, despite like his persona on YouTube. So.
Okay. Well, stay tuned for that, guys. But you got to ask us questions, or we'll just end so I can go and do something else because.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
Nike was basically Brazil's boss while he was doing stuff within the guild. So that is incorrect to an extent because I did not really do anything to oppose Nike's position as leader, even though there were plenty of things that I would have liked to have done that he absolutely did incorrectly. And that Dekeys Obel, our website admin, we absolutely agreed that he did stuff incorrectly, but we did not overthrow him. We did not ban him from the website or anything because we put him as guild leader, which may or may not have been the correct decision. I'll let you guys decide. But I don't know. So if there was any kind of like boss worker relationship, it was self-imposed on myself. I very much follow the motto of no gods, no flags, no bullshit. So
Okay.
that's also a really good Faderhead song, by the way. No gods, no flags, no bullshit. Go check it out.
There you go. More advice from Brazil. Go and do that. But I don't think anyone has anything to say.
I don't know.
So,
Oh, Razzie just got here.
welcome. Did you guys talk about the World vs. World Tryhards cake? Was there a cake? Wasn't there? What happened? I don't know. I don't even know about that. I don't know anything about World vs. World. If only Inks was here, he would probably know about that. Do you think D&T will recover from the people leaving? That's Modern's question.
D&T doesn't even have a website anymore. So, I mean, they're going to have to rebuild everything without the help of people that actually know how to run video game websites and guilds. So, I don't know. Nike thinks he can do it, and he thinks the guild's not dead, so we'll see.
We shall see. Well, at least they can go for actual hashtag first. This time. Do you think the guild... Well, a guild will obviously get hashtag first, because that is how things work in relation to time. Do you think they'll use the hashtag first?
Absolutely.
As a little bit of a reference there.
And it'll be really funny, and they'll get upvotes on Reddit for it.
Yeah. There was drama in World vs. World because there are a lot of people from Henge of Denravi hacking into keeps. I can't believe
That's happened. That's been happening since Gates of Madness flew over walls to steal orbs.
Like, this is not new. World vs. World hackers have been going on for ages.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Salt will be first, obviously. Salt will be hashtag first. Easy. Yeah, you guys will see that on Tuesday. We've got the elite strats planned. Yeah, that'll be good. I can already taste the karma that we're gonna get from this. Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Berserker is fucking amazing. I played a mercenary Zerker in PvP.
I like Berserker a lot.
Yeah.
Warrior is the class that I always come back to.
There you go. People who care about points in World vs. World, I guess it is pretty meaningless right now. Because there's no season or whatever. Salt will be the first to wipe, to thrash mobs. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Where is the pep? I don't actually know what that means. Do you mean PvP?
Oh,
okay,
PvP.
yeah. Where is it? I don't know.
Those aren't even close to each other. What the hell?
Modern, if I get a mic, can I go on TeaTime? Yeah, fuck it, why not? At some point you can. You're a mysterious character. You've got some value on TeaTime. People will go, whoa, it's fucking Modern. It's that guy who used to mod for Aurora Peachy, but then isn't a mod anymore.
Why not?
I don't know. So that's his allure of mystery, you know. So many things have been said about Modromoth by himself, but nobody knows how many of them, or if any of them, are true. You know, it's just... He just says some crazy shit sometimes. That's why I love you, Modromoth. Sometimes the things you say are actually the highlight of my day, especially in text-to-speech. That shit is fucking funny, man. Wait, what? Wait. What? There's no context. Modromoth has started saying, "Cause she discovered the shit I said here feels bad." Man. Oh right, okay, I see. That's hilarious. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, Rex is ready. He's got his cleric set already. Do you think this will be perceived as kind of a little bit of BM about the whole cleric's guardian thing? I mean, I guess it's coincidence. No. What's sad? What's sad, Cyan? I don't know. I think we need to kill this dead. Honestly, this is going nowhere.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. I'll give these views to someone else. Fuck it.
I'll introduce myself while you're looking for that.
Do it.
So I don't really, you guys probably know who I am at this point. I'm not gonna take any time to explain who I am because if you want to follow me, you'll find out how. If you don't, that's cool. But I have a bro on YouTube, and so does MightyTeapot called MMO Inks. He's having a pretty rough time, so if you guys would like search him, I'll link his Twitter. You'll find his Twitter.
You can, yeah,
Let's
you
stick
can
that in.
also find a link to his YouTube, I believe,
Yeah.
below the stream. So yeah, you should go check that out.
Go maybe tweet at him, tell him hey, what's up, or give him a smiley face, something. Wish him well, and he's a good guy, and
Yeah.
he's having some difficulties IRL. He cannot really be on the stream because of it, even though we'd love to have him. So yeah,
It is very, very unfortunate, but I'm sure you guys will go and give him some love. Yeah. He also streams as well sometimes,
Yes.
so be sure to check that out. It's pretty easy to find him. Twitch.tv, MMO Inks, easy peasy. But yeah, go put a capper in there from us. But